Welcome to the Wind Ensemble concert with our percussion ensemble 7. They meet in Bell 7, that we have 7 percussion ensembles. So we've been doing this a lot lately, meeting in this auditorium and playing music. That's pretty awesome, I think. This is our 4th night of concerts. At the end of tonight, nearly 600 students will have performed instrumental music on this stage in the last 2 weeks. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. A couple things you may notice a little different about this concert is this. Thank you, Mrs. Little. How's it going? Is this like a Abbott and Costello act? In all seriousness, we have been blessed with extreme generosity from our school district. And our wind ensemble, we'll talk more about that as the night goes on, but our wind ensemble is doing something really cool in a couple months. And our district decided to make it even more special and purchase the formal wear that you're going to see the kiddos wearing tonight. To the tune, all in all, it's going to end up costing about $12,000 that the school district has given us to make this happen. And so, yes, we need a huge round of applause for that. Like I said, we'll talk more about that. There's a lot of really fun things going on in our program, and we'll talk about it as the night goes on. But we have a ton of great music for you this evening. We're going to start out with this is, like I said, percussion ensemble 7. This is our advanced percussion ensemble. These kiddos auditioned last spring. They were accepted into our upper level percussion ensemble. They're also pulling a ton of double duty, preparing stuff for multiple ensembles, multiple bands, and then their own literature that you hear tonight. You heard a couple of quartets performing in the lobby. As you're out in the lobby, you notice that there's an exit that way. There's also one right there. There's also one back here. So if we need to use it, those are the 3 exits. And also when you're out in the lobby listening to that awesome mallet quartet music that you heard, you saw that we were selling fudge. It's fantastic. Buy some. I had to get a bigger tuck since our first concert. Buy some. It's very, very good. And that, of course, all those funds go to benefit the Band of Pride. So when you head on out, we encourage you to purchase some fudge. So tonight, I'm going to introduce Mr. Murata. This year, we've had a slight shakeup in our band director structure, and Mr. Murata has actually moved to the high school full-time. For the last 5 years, he has split time between the middle school and the high school. We've been extremely lucky this year to get him at the high school full-time. And so he has taken over this ensemble, the lower percussion ensemble, and he also taught our concert band. If you were here on Monday night, you heard them play. They did an outstanding job. So without further ado, I'll let Mr. Murata introduce what he's going to play. I think it's called Shifting Waves, but I know it's going to sound awesome. Mr. Murata.
Okay, I won't talk long. This percussion ensemble is going to perform a piece for you called Shifting Waves. If you were here earlier this week on Monday, you heard the 2nd grade percussion ensemble perform as well. They're doing a really, really great job. And then when we're finished here, you're going to hear a lot of these same percussionists play with the wind ensemble. And they've been working really hard. It's a lot of music for them to prepare, and they've been doing a great job. So we are going to perform for you Shifting Waves.
All right, we're going to switch the stage over now. It'll take just a quick minute. Yeah. While we do that, I just want to give you a brief overview as what the Wind Ensemble is going to do tonight. So they're going to come up here in a minute, and they're going to play 7 pieces. Now, if you come to our concerts, we normally play 3 to 4. But they've been accepted to play at the KBA conference in February. And that is the highest honor that a wind ensemble, a concert band, can receive in the state of Kentucky. It is the elite of the elite. Okay, they only take 3 to 5, some years less, some years more groups in the entire state are selected each year to do that. The last time Campbell County was selected is when the legendary, almost mythical status Dr. Ted Williams was director of bands here. And I'm sure, I haven't seen him, I'm sure he was here somewhere. And so he was the last director to take us, and that was 20 years ago, 1996. And so it's pretty exciting to be selected to go back again. This is something that we've strived for, and I've seen some alumni in the audience. This is something we've strived for years and years and years, and we finally have been accepted, and it's just a really special thing. So with that comes the burden of preparing 30 minutes of music, of actual music. And so they're very strict about how much time you're on stage and how much you're supposed to be performing. So there's 27 minutes of music for our KMEA program, and there's the 3-minute holiday piece, Sleigh Ride, at the end. And so they're going to play a ton of literature. At the actual KMEA event, it's really quick. We don't break in between. It's piece, 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 piece. We have run the program one time, and that was on Tuesday, and the kids about keeled over a little bit afterwards. And now we have all this awesome tuxedo-age on, and so it's going to be even warmer up here on them. So we're going to take our time just a little bit tonight. Wind Ensemble, go ahead and set up. Don't play yet. Don't warm up yet. Set up your chair stand. So we're going to go through these pieces. This is the order and the entire program that they're going to play in February. It's December. It's a work in progress. Normally at this concert, you're going to hear a pretty polished program, and then we start on something new in January. Well, with this performance in February and the amount of music we have to work up, we started it back on the day after fall break. So fall break ended, we came back, the students got 3 pieces in their folder, and then we slowly added them on as we went. So we started after school rehearsals the week after marching band ended. So these kiddos have been busting their tail in marching band on Halloween. Literally, we have Monday and Tuesday off of school. That Wednesday on, we've had after school stuff for someone almost every day. They haven't had, but different sections and full ensemble rehearsals and everything. And some of the things that's really cool as they set up that has just blown me away is I can't require them to be here after school, and I can't grade them on here after school. But I just tell them it's important, and you need this. We won't be successful if you don't make it to these rehearsals. And we have had near perfect attendance at every single rehearsal. It's been incredibly awesome to see that. But there's a ton of music. And so when you have that much music on a concert, we haven't played some of this since last week, or since Monday, or since we ran it on Tuesday. Some of which they just got. We handed out Sleigh Ride a week ago to them, because we got to have a holiday piece on our holiday concert, right? So the French horns, we bought a piece from Europe. Well, Europe uses different types of French horns, E-flat horns. So we didn't have an F horn part for them until today. So they're getting music the day of the concert here. That's not normal. It's just there's so much literature out there that it just takes a long time to prepare. So what you hear tonight's a work in progress, but you're going to hear a lot of really awesome moments. You're not going to hear a lot of really awesome pieces just yet. You're going to hear moments of pieces. And then you're going to hear moments you're like, don't get that by February. So it's going to be great. We hope you enjoy it. I'm going to let them warm up for a few minutes. We'll tune, and we'll get started in about 5 minutes. Before we start the sprint, I'm going to do one more thing. As you can see, and we mentioned before, we have received all this awesome tuxedo and dress formal wear from the district. I did not understand the amount of extra work that I was getting us into when we ordered all of this. In my head, I just thought, hey, it would come, we'd put it on, we'd perform, it'd be great. What I quickly discovered is that kids have to be measured and then remeasured, and then the stuff comes in, it's not hemmed, and so the dresses aren't hemmed, the pants aren't hemmed, they don't come with hangers, there's no garment bags. This tuxedo the kids are wearing are like in 5 different pieces, and so how do you track the bow tie and the cummerbund and the jacket and the pants and everything, and then the girls' dresses have to have a different size garment bag, and then the men's, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it would never have come together if it wasn't for one person. And that is Miss Fischesser, who I can never say her name, but she's an awesome human being. So, she came in time and time again and organized the orders as they came in, figured out what we needed extra of, what we didn't have, what we misordered, then came in and measured each kiddo multiple times to make sure that their pants were hemmed right and that their dresses were hemmed right, then organized everything and made sure that the garment bags were right, and she made little labels for every garment bag and every hanger, and so every kid's article of clothing is labeled and numbered and organized, and it's an operation, and she's done hours and hours and hours of work on that, and so we thank her dearly for doing that, and so thank you again. So here we go. We're gonna burn through this program. So the first up is American Overture. It's a well-known piece of wind band literature. It's a staple of the canon, if you will, and it has a lot of heavy-duty French horn responsibilities, and so you're gonna hear them throw down on some French horn here in American Overture. Okay, so I would have all the soloists in those first pieces stand, but in an ensemble like this, everybody plays by themselves sooner or later. They're just full of outstanding players, so it's outstanding the amount of work they put in on this. The next piece we're going to play it's a little different. I'm going to play trumpet on it. I'm a stand-in, though. Dr. Rachel Rodriguez from NKU is going to perform with us at KMEA. She has her doctorate from North Texas. One of the best drum players I've ever heard live and in person. She's a phenomenal player. But she's at the Midwest Conference right now, the biggest band conference in the country. It's going on in Chicago at the moment. So she's up there presenting. So she couldn't be here with us. So originally we were just going to skip this piece on this concert, but we kind of felt that it was important that the kids played everything, and the kids jokingly said, well, why don't you play it? And I jokingly agreed, and then I didn't realize what I got myself into. So Mr. Murata is going to conduct this piece with Dr. Rodriguez, and so he's going to go ahead and conduct tonight. And then I'm going to play the trumpet parts. Don't judge. I'm a band director, not a trumpet player anymore. So, but I'm going to go warm up for just 1 second, and then we're going to do that.
Okay, well, Mr. Little is putting some air through his horn. He's sandbagging a little bit. He's an absolutely wonderful trumpet player. You guys will hear that here in just a second. While he's warming up, I do want to make sure that there's a few really important thank yous that I think I'd be remiss if we didn't make tonight. The first one is to our band alumni, and especially last year's seniors. They're the ones that made this recording that actually got our group into KMEA, and I know there's several of them here today. So if we could give our alumni, especially last year's seniors, a round of applause. Definitely want to thank the kids because they've been working really, really hard, and they still have a lot of work ahead of them, and they're doing a great job coming to rehearsal on time, and our attendance at rehearsal has been absolutely wonderful. We've barely been missing anybody at any rehearsal, which has been great. But a big part of that is you guys as the families and the parents. I want to thank you because I know it can be difficult to make sure that your student is at every rehearsal at the right time and making sure they have a ride back home and everything. And I know that's really, really difficult, especially around the holidays, and that I want you to know that doesn't go unnoticed. So kids, why don't you give your parents a round of applause for working you through this. So thank you, families and parents, for doing this. All right, our soloist is here. He took his jacket off. He's serious about this.
breather. A couple things. First of all, we had, I think it was like 15 kiddos go to the first round of All-State, which is outstanding. It's the first round of All-State auditions. That is a very intimidating process, to say the least. And so of those 15-ish kiddos, we had 7 go on to the second round. So real quick, if you went on to the second round of All-State, which is a huge accomplishment, if you could stand and be recognized, that would be awesome. So big round of applause for those kiddos. Those 7, and actually it was 9 because or 10 because we had 3 kids go to Jazz All-State. So I'm sorry, Kate, I didn't have you stand. Kate went to Jazz All-State, Dave went to Jazz All-State, and Brett Crow went to Jazz All-State. So of those kiddos, we had 5 total kids selected to All-State, which is a huge number for our band program. It's the most that I've ever had, and I think it's the most we've had in recordable history being selected. And so I want to recognize those students. So we'll go in order of who I see first. So Brett Crow was selected to the second jazz ensemble in the All-State playing first bass. Brett Crow. We'll stay in the low brass area. And Jake Harrell was selected also. So Jake, way to go. And Michael Weaver was also selected and to represent our high school. Madison Becker was selected to be in All-States. And the man, the myth, the legend, the Grinch, Matthew Bell. So it's an outstanding thing to have such talent in this ensemble. And we had talent throughout our entire program. It's an amazing thing. One representative of that is we have 80 students going out for select band in a couple weeks. And so if you haven't talked to your child about that, you should ask them about it because that audition's coming up on January 9th. But we have a ton of kids auditioning for that, and that's just an outstanding thing. So we're really, really excited about how everything is. So now that I gave them this, a little bit of a chop break, we're going to play our longest piece. This piece is called Hymn to the Sun with the Beat of Mother Earth by a Japanese gentleman named Satoshi Yagasawa. This was written for a community band in Japan for their 40th anniversary. And it's supposed to encapsulate all the good times and the bad times, and at the end of the day, how they were just one big family, and they all got through it together. So it sounds intense at times, but it's never sad. It's never angry. It's just intense. And if you have a group of kiddos, like say the wind ensemble that spend a ton of time together, we go through every emotion possible. The tears, the laughter, the anger, the I hate you, the I love you too much, stay away from that person, all those things. We go through them all. And so this piece kind of encapsulates a lot of that. So Hymn to the Sun with Beat of Mother Earth. this is going to be conducted by the main man, Mr. Di Murata. All right, and like I said, this one, they've had this for like a week and a half. The Hornets had it for about an hour and a half. So, we'll see how it goes.
So, but that concludes the KDA portion. So, over the next, it's a little scary. So we have break, and your children need to play their instrument every day over break. Yes, even Christmas. But when we get back after break, we have 2 weeks of school. So we have Monday through Friday, and then the second week back on that Friday night, we give a concert. I hear Miss Murata coming. I hear Rudolph. But on the second Friday that we get back, we are playing a concert at Morehead State University. And it's open. You were welcome to attend. Their district honor band is that weekend, and we've been asked to come down and be a guest band. So all the kids that are in their district select band, and all their band directors, they're going to come and watch our kids perform. So we're a special guest of honor there, which is really, really neat. And so then, fast forward another 2 weeks, we've been invited to perform at NKU with NKU's top ensemble, their wind ensemble, on Thursday the 28th of January. So we've gone from, you can see how it's escalating. So our first concert's in front of you, very kind, generous audience. Our next performance of this literature will be in front of other band students and their directors. And then the next performance of the same literature will be in front of college ensembles. And then finally, a week and a half after the NKU performance, we will play this at KDA, which is a landmark achievement for our program. And not just the kids that are on stage. It took so many kids to make this happen, and we had to make a tape last spring to do this. And so those kiddos, the seniors from last year, they were part of the reason they were in this ensemble when we were accepted into KDA. And so, fortunately for them, they've moved on to bigger and better things, unfortunately for us. So we do want to take a moment, I think I've seen a couple of them here tonight. So if you are a recently graduated senior that was in this ensemble last spring, you made the tape to get us into KDA, could you stand real quick? Don't be shy. What you need to do in order to attend the concert, things like that. All that information will go home after break. So guys, thank you so much for coming. We're going to end the night with just a fun piece that we have read thrice times, I believe. So, but they're going to do an outstanding